Hey guys, Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here to start a new reading vlog that I'm very excited for. I've already started one book and I'm really enjoying it. I am in a spooky mood. It's October 17th, the day I'm filming this introduction. I even put on my Hocus Pocus sweatshirt. I just watched this over the weekend with my sister and I love this time of year, and I've been not reading enough spooky books this month. So I have decided to dedicate this week to spooky books, and they're books that are super hyped on Booktube, and that's what this video is going to be. So the first book I'm reading is one that's just beloved by the entire community for years, ever since it came out. It came out a while ago, I think, because it's already, all 3 books are out. 4? I don't even remember how many are in here. Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I'm actually excited about her new book as well. It looks really fun, but I'm gonna finally read this book, and I am already started the audiobook. Most people I see talk about this book absolutely love it, and I'm already dying over the romance between Audrey Rose and Thomas, even though it hasn't really even started yet. They hate each other, and when I start this audiobook, it's literally Audrey Rose performing an autopsy. So definitely gave me the spooky vibes. This is about Jack the Ripper. So they're in England and I love it. It really reminds me of historical romance with the time period and Audrey Rose not having as many freedoms because she's a woman, and even her uncle, who is kind of her mentor with the autopsy stuff, he constantly says things like, oh, we can't say that around Audrey Rose, she's too delicate for that because she's a woman. And she's like, I can perform autopsies on bodies, but I can't hear you talk about them killing someone? Okay. And so I really like how she's fighting for equal opportunity as a woman in the time period, and they just had a second body show up and they're trying to figure out who's doing it, and it's so good. It's like murder mystery. Thomas is also helping with like the autopsies and stuff with her uncle. They butt heads so much and I love it. So I'm really enjoying this one. Can't wait to finish the audiobook. I also have downloaded the audiobook for Roanoke Girls, which Riley from Riley Marie raved about in her fall recommendations video. I'm pretty sure this has to do with cults, and that's really all I know. So I'm excited to listen to this. The cover is also pretty spooky to me. So this one's gonna be my next audio. Then, of course, I have to read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This was what won Pick What I Read Next for this month. So I have to read this month. I figured I'd do it in this video because this one, Addie LaRue makes a deal with the devil and no one remembers her. So she'll meet them, she'll walk away, come back, and they don't know who she is. And then I believe there's a boy that remembers her. So I'm interested. I guess it's really sad at the end. People have talked about that. It seems super, oh wow, this font is so small. Do you see how small that font is? And it's, oh my god, almost 500 pages. It's 440 pages. Wow, this is gonna take me a long time to read, so hopefully I get through this week. But I'm very excited for this. Hopefully I enjoy it. We'll see. I know people are annoyed that everyone's talking about this book, but I'm intrigued. When people hype a book, I'm like, I want to read that, so I'm gonna read this. And then the last one was really hyped when it came out with Book of the Month. I think near the summer or in the spring. It is The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I got this when everyone was raving about it, and then I never picked it up, and everybody was loving it. And then I think once more people read it, they didn't like it. But the initial wave of this book, everyone was loving it, and it is a murder mystery on an island in Scotland during a wedding. So, sounds so good. I say it every time. It reminds me of Harper's Island. I loved that TV show so much. If you haven't watched it, it's only 1 season. It's amazing. So, I'm excited to read some spooky books though. It's more like murder mystery. I love Scotland. Oh, I think it's Ireland. Is it Ireland? I think it's Ireland. It's a remote Irish island. Sorry. But I cannot wait to read this as well. I am so pumped for my spooky week I'm having this week. Wish me luck, and I will update you guys when I've read some more. I do have to drive to my parents' house and home, so I will be listening to my audio then as well, and then every day at school, and I'm sewing this week, so I will have a lot of updates for you soon. You wagging your tail. Hey guys, I'm here with Miss Darcy, and Miss Lily's currently licking my foot. So I have like an hour and a half left of Stalking Jack the Ripper. Lily, stop it. I know you want my feet. I know, you're so cute. I'm really enjoying it. I really like the romance. At one point she was like, I didn't know if I want to kiss him or kill him, and I thought that was just like perfection relating to their romance, because it really is. They hate each other, but they really like each other, and they don't want to admit they like each other. And they're trying to figure out who Jack the Ripper is, and they literally are trying to stalk him. And I had to guess who it was, and I really hope I'm wrong, because if I'm right, I feel like that was too easy of a guess of who Jack is. So Lily's coming with her ball. But I'm enjoying it so far, and I got like 10 pages into the guest list, so no update there, but I'm almost done with Stalking Jack the Ripper. I don't think it's gonna be 5 stars. I'm just like, it's good. I'm enjoying it, but I'm not absolutely loving it like I was in the beginning. It was so good and engaging in the beginning, and then it kind of like felt a little, okay, this is fine, And now I'm like, okay, now I really need to know who this is. Hopefully we know by the end of book 1. I don't know since it's a series, but we'll see. Miss Lily, of course, has her ball. Also, we're pet sitting my parents' dogs, so Gigi and Eva are gonna be over soon. My parents are getting their windows replaced, so we're gonna watch their dogs for like 4 days. And they've never spent the night here before. Our dogs always spend the night at my parents' house. And Lily's already crazy because I'm not giving her ball because it's loud. But hopefully they're okay, and hopefully they're not too rambunctious in the morning when I have to get ready for work. But it's gonna be a party. We're gonna have 4 dogs. And I have 2 small dogs and they have 2 bigger dogs. Not big dogs, but they're bigger. So hopefully sleeping at night's okay. We don't know who they're gonna go to, either my sister or me. We'll see. Yeah, I'll keep you updated how it goes, and you'll see them in this vlog. So next clip is probably gonna have Gigi and Eva in it. So Gigi's here, and she loves the ball just as much as Lily does. And then we have Miss Eva. Hi, Eva. And Darcy got my lap. And we're just gonna have another vlog clip with some balls taken in the background. Hi guys, so it is Tuesday, and I just showed you all the puppies. She's in my lap. She's not gonna leave anytime soon. But I finished Jack the Ripper, Stalking Jack the Ripper, and I'm giving it 4 stars. It was who I thought it was. Literally probably 20% in, I was like, oh, I bet it's that person. So I was correct, and it played out exactly how I thought it would, so it was fine. I did really like Audrey Rose and Thomas's romance. Is his name Thomas? I think so. And I did enjoy like how she liked cadavers and performing autopsies and stuff. I really like that. It definitely had the spooky vibes. I definitely recommend this to read in the fall. I liked how she was adamant that even though she was a woman, she could still view all those things like a man can and be part of the industry like a man can. It was great. And then she's being sent off to a boarding school, I think, and that's, I think, the Dracula one. So I really want to continue on. Not right now though, because I did start Roanoke Girls. I'm actually like 45% of the way through this. I started it on my way home from work, and then I had to walk the dogs when I got home because they were being crazy. And so I walked all 4 dogs with my sister. We each took 2, and they were surprisingly very good. Normally our dogs get super excited when the other ones are there, but they were all really good. And I listened to a lot of this, and then I sewed a little bit when I got back. So this one is confusing me. There's a lot of characters, and we flash between the past and the present. It starts off with our main character's mother committing suicide when she's almost 16, so she has to move in with her grandfather and her cousin and her grandmother in Roanoke. She moves to a different state, and she doesn't know anything about her family. Her and her mom didn't really get along that well. Her mom just didn't really show her a lot of love. And then we flash to the present where she's an adult. It's like been 11 years, and she is back in Roanoke because her cousin went missing, and something very fishy is going on. I don't know if knowing it's a cult is a spoiler, because they haven't mentioned it yet, but I have an inkling that something is kind of very cultish and not okay, but they never say someone's name, I think purposefully, so I don't know if it's actually someone else or them or not. I don't know if they're like omitting a name on purpose, but it's fine so far. I'm just interested to see if it's actually what I think it is, of gross stuff happening and being the secret or not. It is pretty creepy because her cousin's just missing, and there's this big family secret, and I have no idea what it is. And there's this weird history with her family and the women in her family. So it's gonna be interesting to continue on with this, but still have not read like any of the guest list. I keep on falling asleep at night, so I think I'm on page like 20 now, but I'm determined to read more. And I am also reading A Picture of Dorian Gray, which is very applicable to this vlog, but I'm teaching this. It's my 7th time reading it, so I've been reading 2 chapters every night. I love this book, but that's what I'm also reading. So I have some TV to watch with my sister. Lily's already begging for my spot, but Darcy's in my lap, so I can't move. 4 dogs, 2 people, and 1 couch isn't working, but we're gonna try. It's fine. Okay, bye. Can I help you? I know. You want up? Or what if I move a little? There we go. Come here. Got 3 and 4. I am about 120 pages in, and things are finally getting interesting. So it was, ignore my nails. It was very, very, very slow. I kept on falling asleep after like 5 pages of reading. Nothing really thrilling. It flashes between the past of before the wedding, like a day or two before the wedding, and like the wedding day when someone dies. We don't know who's dead. We don't know how. We don't know if someone's actually dead. Someone just said there was a body. So I want more to happen, and like something weird just finally happened, and it's 120 pages in. So I don't know how I feel about this. It's not creepy enough until now, and I really want to know more about the now. Like, okay, who's dead? So I can like know what to look at in the past. So that's what's happening right now with this book. Hey guys, so I just filmed an unboxing of my Mystic box, which has these two gorgeous covers of Penelope Douglas. If you're interested in Mystic box, I will link them down below. They have dark romance authors and hardbacks, 2 exclusive hardbacks with a little bit of swag. So if you want to see the full unboxing of that video, I'll link it down below. And use code PeaceLoveBooks if you want a Zavarelli's box in the next month segment. So November through December, their box is a Zavarelli, who's a dark romance author. I haven't read her, but I have a couple of her books I want to read. So that is that. And I did finish Roanoke Girls, so I'll update you on that. I am going to give this book 4 stars, and that's because of the ending. So I wouldn't really, I don't know if I would consider this a cult book. It's definitely cult-ish, but there's not like an established cult that these people are a part of. But trigger warnings for grooming. I do feel like what happened to Allegra, so the whole premise was that Allegra went missing, and so our main character went back to Roanoke, and we get chapters of her going back to figure out what happened to Allegra and when she was 16, 15, first living with Allegra for the first time with their grandfather and grandmother. And I feel like that what happened to Allegra, I thought was obvious, like what was behind it, and also they were hinting at an inappropriate relationship, which was the grooming part, and again it was obvious where that was leading. I don't know if it was the author's intention to try to hide something up or not, or just make us wish it wasn't true until they revealed it was. But what I really thought was fascinating about this book was our main character's feelings about the grooming, because the same person was grooming people, and including her, and she was like sickened by her emotional pull to this person. She was like, why am I feeling this way? This isn't okay. I know it's not okay, but the person did such a good job of making the girls feel loved and wanted in a gross grooming way that they thought it was okay. And even though our main character knew it wasn't, she just was like, I still want that attention. And so that was just crazy to me. It was definitely spooky. I really did enjoy this. It was creepy more than anything, and I ended up enjoying the flashbacks. I didn't enjoy them at first, but I did end up enjoying them finally about halfway through. So 4 out of 5 stars, not like a super high 4, but I did enjoy this, so I'm glad I read it. And I'm slowly trucking through the guest list, so I'm on 175 now, and it's fine. I'm not loving it. I'm really interested to see who the heck is dead, because we still don't know if anybody's even dead, because they haven't even found the body yet. And I'm getting frustrated because I'm like, okay, and like what I thought was spooky didn't end up being spooky, and so now I'm just like, okay, what's the point? And I know some people are being weird and something weird's going on, but not like weird enough to spook me out, if that makes sense. I just want something more creepy to happen. And so it's just fine. I'm just like, what is the point so far? So I'm gonna read a lot more tonight and then get started on Addie LaRue, because everybody's reading it and I've seen a lot of good people talking about it. And then I do want to show you my sweatshirt. I showed it in that other haul I did, but I got sent this, which is a skull with books, and then on the back it says bury me next to my TBR, which I absolutely love, and I thought it was perfect for the spooky readathon. I'll probably wear this on Sunday, because on Saturday I have to wear Ohio State because we're finally playing some football, which is exciting. I hope they stay safe, but I'm excited to have some football back. And so this was sent to me by Hello Lovely. It is 15% off if you use Piece 15. I'm pretty sure it's still in the shop. It went up on Thursday, so I hope it's still up by the time I post this video. I'll link it down below if it is. But that's my update. That's all I have. I'll talk to you guys when I've read some more. Hi, so I have like 60 pages left of this book, the guest list, and I'm not moving until I finish it, even if the dogs want to leave. They're staying on this couch with me. I'm like still annoyed that we don't know anything still, and we're slowly getting to know some things about their past, but I'm like, okay, I'm on page 360. This book is, I only have 50 pages left. what else is gonna happen? And I was reading some reviews online and they said like the ending's crazy, and that they, specifically Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads, she guessed the twist, but the ending was so crazy, and I'm like, do I want an entire book that's slow just for a crazy ending? Not really, but I do appreciate it's going faster. So like the chapters are super short now. It's like 2 pages per person, which I like. It's getting faster paced, so it's like feels like the sense of urgency happening. And it's like when the past chapters is about to meet up with the present, we still don't know who's dead. We still don't know really a lot that's happening. So kind of reminds me of Big Little Lies, how it started out like with that whole, we knew someone died and we don't know who did it though, and then at the end of the Big Little Lies season 1, I think it was season 1, we figured out who did it and why, and like that whole backstory, and it kind of built throughout this season. This really reminds me of that. So it's just like a slow burn mystery, not really a thriller. I don't know if I would consider this a thriller. I just feel like it's more of like a murder mystery, and that's it. So I'm gonna read some more. Hey, so I finished. It's 8:42. And I don't know, I was looking at reviews and I was like, how has everyone given this 4 or 5 stars? Because the ending was fine, but it wasn't like shocking and twisting and crazy, and I predicted that ending way early on, and not all of it, but like the big who killed who and why, I predicted really early on. And I thought like, oh, maybe it can be something crazy like this, and I don't like it when my crazy prediction is crazier than the actual ending, because I'm like, oh, the ending was just like, okay. And I was like, oh, but is it this? No, it's not. So I don't want to spoil anything, but I think I'm gonna give this 3 stars. It's just, it was really slow and very character driven, and the twists I thought were obvious, and not all of them like combined, if that makes sense. If you read it, you know what I mean. But the one big one, I was like, okay, yeah, I saw that coming the moment something was mentioned. So I don't know, it was okay. I wanted like something really crazy and like, oh my gosh, what to happen, and it didn't. And so I felt like the rest of the slow plot wasn't really worth it, and the characters were fine. It's just like, I don't know, I don't like character driven things where the plot's not worth it, if that makes sense. So 3 out of 5 stars for me. It was just, I like, the only reason I could finish is because the ending, the last 50 pages, the chapters were all so short, so it moved really quickly. Other than that, I really didn't care. So it was fine. My voice is going out. But now it's time to read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which I'm very excited for. It is raining and it's nighttime, so I feel like it's very good time to be reading these with Miss Darcy as she kicks my book. Okay, so I'm gonna start Addie LaRue, and I will talk to you guys when I have some more update. I'm disappointed in the guest list. Like, I know some people super hyped it, and then a lot of people after the hype didn't like it, so I don't think it was worth the hype. Not the big of a fan. Hey guys, I'm here with my new sweatshirt. It's so cute. It's got that, and then I think I showed you the back, right? And it's got Bury Me next to my TBR. I love it. Sorry if the lighting's really bad. It's like super bright right there, but that's my lighting I have. I'm here to update you on Addie LaRue. I'm about 130 pages in. It's Sunday. I wanted to read a lot more yesterday, and I didn't. I went over to my parents' house for the football game Ohio State played, and then fell asleep, of course. When I was supposed to be reading in bed, I fall asleep every time. I did end up watching a few documentaries on climbing Mount Everest in K2, so wasted my time doing that. Not wasted, but I could have been reading, but I wasn't. But it's pretty good so far. It's very interesting. So I think I've told you the premise. She sells her soul basically to live forever, but because of that, she strikes a bargain, and the devil actually ends up making it so that everybody forgets about her. And they reference Dorian Gray, which I think is funny because this book kind of reminds me of Dorian Gray, which I'm reading right now with my honors students in 10th grade. Because in that one, he sells his soul to be young forever. And in this one, she sells her soul to be able to live forever and get out of a certain situation she's in. But anybody she meets will forget her name and her face, and she can't even tell them her name. She has to use fake names. She can never utter her name out loud. So I think that's very interesting. And I'm intrigued because I know she meets someone who remembers her and I think we met them already, but they didn't remember her, so I don't know if they're going to remember her, what's going to happen there, and I'm very intrigued by the devil. I know people thought it was like a romance with the devil, but like she kind of like is infatuated with him before she struck her bargain, so I'm interested to see what happens. It's very interesting, very atmospheric, very weird and spooky, and I really like B.E. Schwab's writing. I don't think I've read a book by her, so this is my first book by her. I know I'm definitely behind the booktube trend, but I'm hopping on it now, so that's how my reading's going so far. Hopefully I can finish it by tomorrow because I have like 3 books I have to read before my readathon starts on Friday, which is a paranormal romance readathon, so we'll see if that happens. We've got Miss Lily and we have Addie LaRue, and I just finished my book. It's only 8 o'clock, but Miss Lily's so cute when she's tired. Hi, baby. In her favorite spot, of course. If you guys watch my vlogs, you know she makes me move if I'm ever sitting here and she wants it. She's so cute. So I just finished Addie LaRue, and sorry, I just rubbed my nose, so it's a little red. I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I don't know what it is about this book. I think it might be V.E. Schwab's writing. I don't like character-driven novels. I need a plot. I need something going on for me to enjoy a book. And there's not too much plot until we get to the end and things like come together and you're like, oh, okay. And can I just say, I hope there's a second book. Like, I would read that book. Based on how this ended, like, can I have that, please? And I don't know like how to describe this. It kind of, I don't know why I'm going to say this because I hated the book I'm going to compare it to. I hated it, but didn't enjoy it. It reminded me of Shauna Maguire's Middle Game, and just in the writing and how character driven it was and how much we got to know these characters and how they interacted and learned about them throughout their entire lives. So like in Middle Game, we followed the characters in the past, in the present, and then through so many years of their life. But that book was too confusing. It was more sci-fi, and I was just like, I don't know what the heck is happening, and it was too slow for me, and I didn't really care for the build up at the end. This one, the build up was amazing, and I really enjoyed where it went. And I would never felt like, it didn't feel like it was slow, but it didn't move fast, but I read it fast, and like, I don't even know how to describe the pacing. It was just, I was so absorbed by the entire story that I didn't notice that it wasn't really moving fast, because it wasn't, but I really liked it. And I think the thing that was maybe gonna make me give it a 4 stars, I don't know if Addie and Henry like were really in love, and I don't know if I bought that, but I think that was kind of the point, that they were there for each other when they needed each other, and that's what made them fall in love. Which, I don't know, if you think about it, like if you meet people in different parts of your life and the different decisions you make, there's lots of books written about that and how one decision affects like who you're with and how that's going to be in your future. And so I think that's interesting that they like just met each other when they needed that person in their life, and that's what really caused them to fall for each other, which I think is interesting. I really would love more of Addie in the past and like all of her past love stories. That would be really cool. And the end, I just love the ending. I loved how that ended. And when something happened, I was like, oh, really? And I loved how it ended. It was so good. And it leaves open-ended, and I'm just like, it would be a completely different book than what we got in this one, but I would love another book. But I really enjoyed it. I'd love to know your thoughts if you've read it. Let me know down below what you rated it and if you think it deserves the hype, because it has like a 4 point something, 3.5 rating on Goodreads. It's super high. So I liked it though. So unique. I have not read a single book like this, and I loved the premise a lot. So yeah, that is the rest of this vlog. So I read a bunch of spooky books that are hyped on Booktube, and it went pretty well. So what did I even read? I read Addie LaRue. I don't remember what else I've read for this. I read, oh, The Guest List, not a fan. And Stalking Jack the Ripper, surprisingly really liked that. I thought I would like it, but I really did like that. And then, oh, the Roanoke Girls, which I gave 4 stars. So we got 1 3, 2 4s, and a 5. I think I gave Stalking Jack the Ripper for 4 stars. But that's not too bad. I really enjoy these books I read, and I can see why they're pretty hyped on Booktube. So, except for The Guest List, but that's just my preference with thrillers. So, yep, that's all I have. Let me know if you enjoyed this and what your thoughts are on any of the books that I read. I would love to hear. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.